Hi. So probably most of you have already finished this on your own, but I've got a couple of newer people that I thought might want to see the finish up on this. You can see that when you look at this one, you can see that he's just too pale in through here, too weak. See, it just hasn't caught up with the coat yet. So I'm going to deepen some areas in here. Okay, so I've still got my same mixes from before. I've got this reddish brown. It's Quin Burnt Scarlet with some black in it. And maybe a little bit of Quin Gold, but it doesn't seem to need much. Let's see what this does. Okay. And you can see it's all dried in here, so I'm wetting part of it down, and I'm going to leave part of it dry for now in case I decide I need it to be more concentrated. Okay, and see, this is going to be even darker than what is there, but not a whole lot darker. Remember, this is wet. So what I want to do is I want to pull some more color. I think I'll weaken it just a little bit more. I want to pull some more color into this area. This looks terribly red right now to me. Just seems too bright. And I'm unsure. I guess I will pick up a little bit more black and add into that. But this will dry considerably duller. And so I'm trying to judge here, and I'm not sure. So we've got this little bit of reflected light right there on the side of the face. So see, I'm leaving that alone. I'm coming down the face, and I guess I better soften some edges. We've still got very dry weather. Like, when do we ever have anything else? And so see, I'm just softening these edges. Well, that looks really strong. I think it's really just about right. Remember, it's going to dry. And I'm picking up just a little bit. I've got a large brush here. It's either a 10 or a 12. I think this is a 12. I'm just picking up on the tip here, but the brush is pretty moist already on the inside. But I am picking up just a little extra paint there on the tip. And I'm going to pull. See, I'm making these strokes kind of go in the direction a beard would be growing. Not that there's beard hairs here, although there could be. It just seems more compatible. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to lap over this area some too. Okay, that's enough for right now because I see I want less water on the brush. This is a washed out brush. Because I want to soften these edges. Well, I'm getting some hard edges over here. I kind of like that little shape there, though. You know, you just play around with this a little bit. So, on the video, I guess I'll call this Smithsonian Man Quick Ending. Sounds like he died, doesn't it? He looks like he's from the Civil War era. little more black in that, I think. Okay. See, I kind of like this, the way it's looking to me right now. It's a little bit rough, which I think it sort of fits him. People didn't have easy lives back then, like we do now. We have it too easy sometimes, some of us. I'm getting a little bit more dark stuff going right here. And, oops, then that leaves this looking too light. That needs to deepen some. So I'm going to even pull a little bit right up in there, so that it's all a little more, so even the highlights are a little more shadowed. Oops. Okay. I like what that's doing. And then, of course, his eye. I didn't finish his eye. Like I said, a lot of you have, and probably aren't interested in watching this, although you might get something out of it. I will start our next project probably today or tonight, and it'll be up Friday maybe. Oh, Friday. This is Friday. It'll be up Saturday or Sunday. Just putting little bits of juicy dark in there that I'm then going to spread little bits. See, if it spreads too much, then I've got too much water there. So see, I went back and tried it. Now I need a little more water in here. We need a lot more color in this. That's actually going to be, well, maybe about right there. So I'm going to let that dry before I do anything more to it. And then right up in here needs to get darker too. Oh, the side of this nose. Oh my goodness. I haven't done anything to the side of the nose. It's still way too weak too. Okay. Let's pull this in. I just got keep this juicy. Got to keep this juicy so that I can, let's pull this on down over here. There's a bit of a bridge there to this bag under the eye. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Need to soften some edges. You just have to be careful about how much water is on the brush. If all the paint flows over into the new area, then you had too much water. If it doesn't flow, stays stuck, then you need more water. Over here, this whole area in here is going to be darker, so I can use more water over in here. But over there, I want to preserve my highlights more. I think I want to keep that area light too. Even this area on the cheek needs a tiniest bit more color. See, and I had a little bit on my brush. Let's go up under here. I got this just a little bit too high, which makes him look a little bit more baby-faced. We're going to live with it, because I'm tired of him. I did like this project, though. I thought it was fun. I thought it was useful. We could get this area just a little bit stronger. Not much, though. Need a little bit more shadow on this half of the white of the eye. Out here we don't, but in here, you know what, I'm going to leave those little places. I'm not going to blend them all out. And we could use just a little bit more under here. Okay, see, that pops him a lot. And then, of course, you could do something with the hair up here. I'm kind of in favor of maybe not doing much. You know, sometimes it's really cool to have some places that have a lot of detail in them, detail that really pops. It can be a very nice thing. It can also, you can do one that's over detailed and doesn't work. So it just depends on your painting style and just how you pull it off. So, I think I'll blot that. I don't know what I want to do with that. Wait for this to dry a little bit. So I want I wanted to leave that highlight over there. I got it a little bit small, but here's the thing. It may be not quite bright enough, but the fact is that there's a tendency to get those highlights too light because, again, we're judging them against a darker area and they look brighter to us than they are, but they're generally not as bright as the eye that's not in shadow. However, I have not done the best there. I probably need to put in a little bit more pupil to get him a little darker. I'm going to call that it, but you get the idea. And you can see, particularly this area here, that we don't want it to be too light. I actually think that I have that a little bit too light in comparison to what's next to it. Let's just, I think this is dry enough. Let's just put a thin wash with a little bit more color. I don't think that's enough. Well, now he's going to have a darker ear again. Probably won't hurt it. Okay, I'm going to let that get dry. I'm going to put a little bit more pupil in, and then I'm going to hold it up for the camera. Notice that pupil doesn't look round here. Remember, we're looking at a lot of refracted light. And this area is still wet, so I'm getting soft edges on the pupil, which is good. You know, this pupil over here is overly defined. Let's just enlarge it a little bit and soften it. It's just refracted light in there. We're not really seeing the shape of the pupil. We're seeing kind of on both of them, there's kind of an odd shape in there. And I don't quite have it doing what I want it to do. See, there should be more shadow right up here. I don't don't think that's dark enough either. You know, I could keep twiddling on this all day. So, let's see. Okay, I'm remembering to hold it up for the camera. Okay, that's the final dude. Smithsonian dude. Man, yes. Bye.